What's up, guys? It's your boy Petty Parade, and today we're here to talk about some Void Champions. I don't know if y'all might be opening some shards today. I opened a few shards today. We've got our beautiful mans. Oh, wait, this ain't our right beautiful mans. This is Aothar. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Here's my beautiful man, Baron, in 4K. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. So I don't know if y'all are opening shards today with this 2 times event going on, but I figured a quick guide for champions to keep a lookout for. If you're an early game player, if you're a mid game player, and you happen to just wave goodbye to $25 or more, keep an eye out for these champions. Voids are pretty unique, so you're not going to run into like a lot of them being garbage, but there's a few, so we're going to go over the pretty good ones for you guys today. And we're going to try and make this as quick as possible, so we're not going to get too detailed into everybody's skills and everything. We're kind of just going to hit bullet points and go down. So if you're summoning, after your words, if you're kind of confused, not sure if you got anyone worth pulling, go ahead and give this a watch. Check out your champions after. Maybe you recognize a few. Alright, so first up, we're going to jump into the Banner Lords here. And I know I just said we're not going to talk about people's skills, but my boy Raglan here? Oh, loud, loud, loud. So we have 75% res, full turn meter, 3 turns. I'm sorry, 2 turns with books. That's disgusting. Removes all debuffs. And then heals him and then hits a bunch of times. He's so mean, and he fills turn meter too. I don't know how I don't hear more about this guy, but that is fucking gross. All right, so we also got the guy that I happen to build. He's pretty solid. He's in the A tier from what I've seen. He's not, God tier, but definitely a very solid pull. Other good guys that we have here in Banner Lords are going to be our guy Rowan here. If you don't have a 4 poison champion already, this guy could be great for you. But what I mean by that is the 5% 4 poisons on one skill. There's a handful of champions that have this, and they're really useful on things like Clan Boss, some more difficult dungeons where you're kind of hoping to just bleed their health away and not have to deal with their mechanics a whole lot. Poisons are your friend. 5% poisons are very much your friend. So a guy like this, definitely good if you don't already have one of those. And then just kind of an honorable mention, Azure. He can do some Mimi stuff in Arena, so if you're early game, he can be pretty useful. If you're mid game, he could potentially be useful. Hopefully, you've had better luck by mid game that, this champion isn't really going to end up on your list unless you're doing meme teams. But honorable mention nonetheless. And I think that wraps it up for Banner Lords. Let's take a quick look at High Elves. Ethos, he's great. I hear great things about him. Um, Not as many great things for him, but Arbiter is great. I don't think you can pull her. I think she's exclusively from the missions and everything. I'm pretty sure she's not in the champion pool. But great monster, not what we're here for. Battle Sage, this can be a great monster. A1 attack skill. That is very rare in this game. Only a small handful of champions have that, so it's a good thing to keep out for. The other 2 skills are going to be support. You're also going to see that with Fellhound, the other champion that's got A1 AoE and then 2 support skills. So great backup monsters for spiders, but not hard carries for you through it. Let's see. And then the only other really thing worth mentioning is Regular Tender on here. She's got some stuff. Go ahead, and if you're unfamiliar with any of the champions that we're kind of glossing over here, a lot of other YouTubers have really great guides on these guys. I'm still an early game player, so once we get a lot of stuff built, we'll start making some guides. But check those out for right now. If you see a monster that's familiar that we glossed over, definitely do a little bit more homework on that. Basically, all of Sacred Order Voids are great. are great. There's 2 duds down here. What is it? Confessor and Harrier. Everybody else is pretty good, and you can get a use out of them somewhere. Sir Nicholas, absolutely gross. Aoth's absolutely gross. And then both of these are solid champions, as well as some pretty. This guy's really good for early game players. You have to fuse him anyways. And he can be a bit of a bully in arena and in campaign for you. So not a bad guy there either. Barbarians, we love you, Barbarians. I love you. I got an Atlan. I love that man. I wish y'all were shown more love. Because not a lot of these are very strong. Turvold is good. Most of the legendaries are good. There's only a handful that really disappoint. And then the only other honorable mention we have here is Ragemonger if you're early game. He can be pretty useful, and he still has some endgame uses. So all in all, that's not going to be a bad investment. That's if you happen to pull him and you're needing some pretty solid DPS. So let's slide into Ogre and Tribes here. What we got? What we got? That we're just gonna. I don't even want to click it. We're just gonna skate past it. Do that in your own time. Our boy Maneater, absolutely amazing. Has a lot of uses. Gets used a lot. And then our boy Bellowa. Our boy Bellowa. He's amazing. If you do not know about him and you pull this man, he is single-handedly one of the most game-changing monsters. He will replace and be the fastest campaign farmer. He is amazing in dungeons. He's amazing in arena. This man will do many things for you. So definitely appreciate your Bellower if you have one, because some of us don't have him. We miss you, buddy. We miss you. Haven't even met you. That's basically it for Ogren. Lizardman. Krisk, excuse me. Absolutely amazing. Looks is badass armadillo, snapping turtle thing. I'm here for it. It's like, ugh. And he's really, really good. Like, if you look at his ratings, the few people that have him are very happy with them. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That man's a fusion, so we're just going to skip over that. This guy, if you are using Apothecary just for his speed and you don't really need his heal, you already have heals covered, this man will cover your attack speed and turn meter, but he also comes with a revive, which can be pretty sweet if you're still lacking on that, like I am. So, not a bad monster, and he's great for faction wars and everything, too. So, not too bad, not too bad. That basically covers us for Lizardmen. Let's go to the Skinwalker. The Skinwalker. No legendary whatsoever. Sorry, y'all don't get no love. Actually, we could have just skipped this, because these are the only 2 voids. And they ain't worth talking about. We already spent too much time talking about them. I'm sorry, Mama. So let's check out our boy in the Orcs. Warlord, absolutely amazing. If you pull him, congratulations to you. I don't think Angar is as a, yeah, if you pull him, I'm very, very, very sorry. You got the slow cousin that got brought along. You know, Warlord's Aunt is just very convincing, and he's been in the military so long, and he hasn't gotten to do anything. Go home, buddy. Go home. Get your buff on. Alright, so we got Seer. Classic. She gets used a lot. I hope to pull her one day. She is a great monster. A lot of the epics are pretty solid overall. There's only a handful that don't really come through. And even the ones that we're not really mentioning today still have their uses. They're just not useful enough for them to really get mentioned here. Veteran, pretty solid if you're an early game player. If you're mid-game, yeah, you probably don't need to worry about him. But if you pull him early from some, gamble shards, probably not too bad. You could make worse decisions. So that'll wrap up Orcs. Let's go into Demon Spawn, where things start picking up a little bit. These last few factions pull a little more weight than the others. So I'm not super overly familiar with her, but I know that she is good. She's not God level. She's, I'm pretty sure she's in the A rank, but I don't see her very often. This dude's very solid, but Arena is where he is the strongest. I've gone against him a couple of times with my Tormund, just like, oh, I'm dead. Oh, where was my revive? That's where my revive was. So this guy's pretty good, but he's stronger in PvP than anywhere else. But he has some good uses. Yeah, Ice Golem, I can see that. So he's pretty solid. Nothing super amazing. Padma. She's really great. I'm pretty sure for spiders. Oh no, Magic Keep. Okay. Yeah, she's again on the list of really solid epic units. Same thing with her sister over here, which I just got. She's good, but I'm early game to the point to where building a champion like this would just be a huge distraction, so we're not even going to worry about it. She's getting vaulted right now. I'll build her eventually because she looks cool, and I want to see her tear stuff up. But that's a for later. And then the only other thing super worth getting into here is our boy Fellhound. He can be a farmer. I've seen actually a few people now using him with super high attack and farming campaign in like 7 to 9 seconds with him. I'm not sure if they're manualing so that none of this A2 and A3 get used because he's a support. Well, those two skills are support, excuse me. But yeah, AoE on A1. That's so rare. Only 2 champions on this list today have that, so it is not to be overlooked. That is a good champion if you happen to pull it. And I think that wraps us up for Demon Spawn. Undead Horde, we're just going to pretend that didn't happen so we can keep going strong. Alright, so Blendseer, she's good. Not SS, double S, triple S tier. But a definite solid unit. Lua is pretty great. Fully depletes turn meter. That's amazing for Spider. Yeah, amazing for Spider. I wish I pulled her. This one's kind of worth skipping over. I don't know if y'all do Arena. I enjoy Arena. I'm sick of seeing this woman in Arena. I'm just kidding. I have a Tormund, so every time she pops up, I'm just like, oh yeah, buff everybody. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. No, you're fine. You're fine. So yeah, she's fun. I can't wait to get her someday. She's a beaut. Alright. We're getting to another sore spot here. Our boy Coldheart, who you see is grayed out because, as with Bellower, I just need further proof God doesn't love me. But this is an amazing champion. If you get dupes of this, do not use those dupes for skill ups. It is worth building 2 or 3 of them. So yeah, just vault those if you pull them and kiss your lucky stars if you manage to pull her. Another honorable mention here is going to be Paragon. He has some, yeah, it's this one. Get this down to 2 turns. It's basically permanent, unkillable, and attack buff. Why would you put that on a rare? Why? Because everyone would have a heart attack if that was on a 5-star. That's why. So yeah, definitely some uses for that. You can look up people's guides for like unkillable teams and everything. I think that's getting buffed soon, so I wouldn't put too much time into it. Speaking of unkillable memes, Painkeeper, amazing champion. If you happen to pull her, keep. Reduces skill cooldowns on 4 turns. That's amazing. And I think that wraps us up for Dark Elves. We got Night Revenant next. Some pretty solid ones in here. Both of these are okay. Solus is good. All right. Hegemon is ungodly. This passive, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? You let him go first. That's what you do with that. This man is the Ricky Bobby of Raid Shadow Legends. It's just what can we do? What can we do? So he's great. In the recent Whale Wars, somebody spent, I think, estimated between like 10 and 15 grand to make sure they got him by ranking in #1. Which means there's like 3 other dudes that also spent almost that trying to catch him, which just it's a lot of money. All right, so next, another grayed out beauty that I do not have, Skull Crown. Absolutely amazing. If you pull one of these, this is a insanely meta monster. Congratulations. Probably on the top 5 of monsters to be on the lookout from this list. Golden Reaper, it's okay. It's okay. There's some love here. There's some love here. There's some love here. Skill cooldown on A1, that's pretty gross. And that covers it for them. And now we wrap up to our last boys, the dwarfs. Tormund, which we're all pretty familiar with at this point. Both of their epics, again, are very, very solid. But if you don't know about Bulwark, he's amazing. If you happen to pull this and you're an early game player, definitely worth building. Definitely worth putting a taunt set on so that he gets people to attack him. You build him nice and tanky, and then he just has this chance to extend debuffs on anyone that hits him. So, taunt's a good idea. Taunt's a very good idea. And I think that actually just about does it for our list, guys. So I hope everyone has some amazing luck on all their double time shards that you want to pull on this event. I think I'm good with just pulling my $25 7. That's cool. We got some work to do. Good luck, guys. Catch you later. Peace.